Jeff Green secures it, a chance for the Nets to take the lead. James Harden for three. Oh, he's got it. James Harden with a big three-pointer. Brooklyn, for the first time tonight, is on top. Wow.
Brooklyn, stand up. James Harden, dagger three.
What is up, everyone? Welcome in to the weekly NBA recap on the C Sports Show. What is up, C? How you doing, bro?
Oh, man, what a great day of basketball. What a great week, man. I did for a Sunday, pretty good. 2 games, Boston and New Orleans. Boston freaking choking. New Orleans coming through. And then tonight, what a great game between Brooklyn and Clippers, man. But those damn Clippers, man. Oh, wow. The role players were no-show tonight, man. Like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, everybody else stayed home. I don't know if they were hangover from partying last night. It was terrible. Like Serge Ibaka was terrible. Marcus Morris, Lou Williams, Nicholas Batum, Reggie Jackson. I couldn't believe it, man. They almost won too. So if you got a good performance from one of these role players, maybe 10, 15 points, maybe they win. I mean, because they only lost by what 112, 110? But yeah, the role players were terrible tonight for the Clippers, man. It was embarrassing. But shout out to Kawhi and Paul George because they did ball out.
Definitely, bro. And the chat says what's up to you, man. Welcome in, everyone.
Yeah,
how's everyone doing out there?
Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? We had a good basketball.
Alex is in here. Mick, Colby, what's up, Colby? How you doing, bro? Alejandro Suarez, he's in here also. What's up, Alejandro?
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, dude. So we'll get into this game a little bit later, bro. But obviously, we want to start off with the pendejo of the week award. There was a voting, right? T, take it over. Man. What's up with the voting?
Yeah, the poll was so it was Ty Lue for sitting out Paul George and Kawhi Leonard on Wednesday versus Utah. That got about 8%, and then Westbrook for airballing a free throw, and then the winner was the Phoenix Suns for losing a 25-point lead on Tuesday night versus the Brooklyn Nets without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Embarrassing. So your pendejo of the week is the entire Phoenix Suns team.
Oh man. Yeah, thanks everyone for voting on that. Unanimous, right? See, it was not even close.
About 85% they won pretty easily.
Bro, and then we could have nominated the Celtics today for that.
Yeah, they could have been more people today. The Celtics was in that big lead. Yeah, there could have been more. There could have been more, man.
Bro, I thought this was even like a worse loss for Phoenix because Phoenix had their full roster, and the Nets were down KD and Kyrie, right? It was just James Harden. Like we saw in that little intro that we put on the little show, 75-54 at halftime.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. That game was crazy on Tuesday. I couldn't believe it either, man. I didn't think Chris Paul was going to let, especially James Harden. So things ended bad last year in Houston, or 2 years ago in Houston. So I didn't think he was going to lose that big lead. I was shocked.
What's up, Cowboys X Factor? He's also saying that's been a crazy week in the NBA.
It's been a crazy week. It has, man. It has.
How you doing, bro? And Miggy Fatty's in here.
Miggy, what up, Miggy? Welcome to Shan. How you doing, Miggy? How you doing, sir?
Bro, so 88-100 going through the fourth quarter. All right, the lead was coming down. They just had to push it a little bit more, but obviously James Harden, right? He had other ideas, man.
Yeah, James Harden, man, took him home, man. He took him home. After the game was over, man, I couldn't believe it, man. Shout out to James Harden, and yeah, he leads the league in assists. I think tonight he had 11 points and 37 points, 11 assists. He's doing. He's looking like Magic Johnson out there this year, playing the point guard for the Nets.
And you got some questions, bro, about Texas, man. How's everything in Texas?
Yeah, it's finally good. It's just that because of the snow and ice, the grocery stores are empty, so no water and food. But hopefully they can get here fast. But yeah, it's all good. Power's back, internet's back. It's all good. Yeah, it's electricity should be back, Russell Johnson. But yeah, water and food, because the people the trucks that were going to restock ended up getting stuck on the highway. So yeah, there's a lot of people that don't have food. But hopefully during the week they can arrive. Yeah, we did, Cowboys Factor. The entire state of Texas. I think at one point over 2 million people in Texas had no power. It was pretty bad.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's
Cody
insane.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. We went 33 hours without power from 1 a.m. on Sunday night until Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. It was crazy.
Bro, and do you guys have a generator? Or how'd you guys just find the luck and stuff?
We 33 hours, man. At first it was warm, but as we went into Monday evening, it got really cold. We just had to fucking wear use triple blankets to sleep and wear I didn't wear a jacket, but I did wear a fucking sweatshirt. But it was something. You fucking literally have to put your fucking hands inside the fucking pockets, otherwise you start freezing. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy, man.
Bro, more power to you, man, for getting through that shit, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys come back stronger in Texas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this was almost as bad as the hurricane, man. I couldn't believe it, man. It fucking fucked and a lot of pipes got exploded because of the cold, so a lot of people's house started flooding. It was crazy, man.
I saw a lot of video of that on Twitter, Instagram of people going through that water.
Yeah.
Thing, where roofs collapsing because of the drains.
The pipe exploded, yeah, and a lot of people's attics, their pipes exploded, and that from the all the way from the attic to the roof, it started collapsing. It was terrible, man. It was pretty much it was a fucking disaster. What do you call it?
A natural disaster.
Yeah, a natural disaster, man. It was bad.
They say when that happens, like people that live in the north, and those a lot, they probably know about this, that you're supposed to open up the faucet so the water just keeps running all the time, and that way the pipes don't freeze.
Yeah, that's what
people don't really know that.
They were having the sinks not completely open, but they were having it drip a little bit of water.
Russell Johnson's mentioning about the $5,000 electric bill.
Yeah. Somebody in Dallas owns almost $500,000. That I think they're gonna.
Yeah, Cowboys.
They're not gonna pay that. I don't think they're gonna let it slip. I don't know, but I did hear somebody in Dallas was almost $500,000. It's crazy. Oh, your pipe busted, dude. I'm so sorry, cowboy.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Oh, dude, are you is your house flooded? I hope your house didn't flood at least, man. That fucking sucks. Yeah, a lot of my friend's pipe exploded too. Yeah, a lot of people's pipe. Yeah, because the damn pipes are not designed for that. Or like you said, maybe they are designed, but you have to let the water go at night. People don't know.
People don't really know. I didn't know about it either, bro. I found out about it after the fact. Right.
Oh, okay. They already fixed it by a plumber. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing that they were telling people. If you feel like your pipe's about to explode, to start looking for a plumber because they're going to be booked all week. And so I mean, yeah, you're lucky you already got it fixed. The next one, Porter. That's good though. The house didn't flood. That's good. Yeah, so a lot of people's houses flooded. Yeah, so it's good.
Oof, man. Okay, hopefully you guys come back, man. And going right here to this basketball. Porter's right. The Nets did win, dude. And we're talking about that pendejo of the week award right now before. So you wanted to address his Texas stuff.
Yeah, the Phoenix Suns, the pendejo of the week, losing the 25-point lead on Tuesday night versus Brooklyn.
And there's another pendejo right there, dude, making this pendejo face when he realized that they choked the lead with no KD, no Kyrie. I mean, at least Boston Celtics, the Pelicans were at full strength today, but this team was missing the two star players.
Yeah, it was it was terrible, man. That was a terrible loss by the Phoenix Suns, man.
And Midwest Sports is in here. He's got some breaking news, man. He's looks like the Timberwolves coach got fired.
Yeah, Flip Sanders got fired, or not Flip Sanders, Ryan Sanders, the son. The son got fired. Yeah, they just fired him.
I mean, someone's got to take the blame, right? But I mean, it sucks that they haven't been playing at full strength, right? D'Angelo's hurt.
I was 13 games with the coronavirus.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So, going right back here to this NBA little recap that we're doing of the week. I mean, there's a lot of memes out there this week about the Suns losing that 25-point lead, right? Just people on the internet having a field day. And
yeah,
this was
it was bad, man. It was embarrassing.
So moving right along, bro. This week also they announced the All-Star voting, the official starters this week. Any surprises for you?
I'm surprised Harden didn't get in. He's been playing really good. So I was surprised he didn't get Kyrie Irving got over Harden. I thought Harden should have gotten over. But other than that, no, it's pretty good, I thought. Bradley Beal, even though his team sucks, I guess he deserves it.
Yeah, I thought the East was just like you mentioned, that James Harden, they probably gave it to Kyrie because he's been on the team like the last 2 years, maybe. That's probably why they gave it to him.
Conference for a week. I mean, for a month. So maybe they don't have. It's not good enough yet.
And Russell Johnson says that the Pelicans, they did a franchise comeback today. Yeah, we're gonna get into that one. The first time in that whole re-franchise that they came back.
Yeah, I was about to shut that game off in the third quarter. That was a hell of a comeback. In overtime, that was a hell of a comeback by the Celtics. I mean, by the Pelicans. It really was.
Yeah, and Cowboys X Factor making a good point about the Western All-Stars. A lot of controversy in this West because, like he's mentioning, people online kind of thought Damian Lillard was disrespected.
Oh yeah, Luka got the start. Even Luka said he felt that he didn't deserve it. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So I mean, okay, that's, but I guess the other parts of it, I mean, they make sense, right? Steph Curry, LeBron, Jokic, Kawhi. I mean, I guess his team's 22-10 now. So okay, second place in the West.
Yeah, I think Kawhi's okay. I think the one that should have not been in there was Luka. It should have been Lillard instead of Luka.
Yep.
But other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, and Cowboys, he makes a good point about going by records, that they should have benched Luka. Based on Dallas. Dallas is one of the most disappointing teams this year. We're going to get into the Mavericks team in a little bit, dude, about how much they've let down a lot of their people this year.
Yeah.
So moving right along, bro, we got some news this week also on NBA trades and rumors. And obviously the biggest name right now, I mean, not like the difference of stats or whatever, but just the name. Boogie Cousins is on the market. A lot of people wanted to go to Lakers. People want to go to Nets. What do you think about Mr. Boogie Cousins, bro?
I don't know if he can go to the Brooklyn after earlier though. Remember, he got mad at Harden for quitting in Houston. So Harden's going to have to give him a call and apologize if he wants him to go there. Now, the way DeAndre Jordan's playing lately, because now what they've done these last two games is they're going slow. I mean, they're going smaller. They're starting Jeff Green at the center, and they're having DeAndre Jordan come off the bench, and it seems like that's working out for them better. Like tonight, he had 13 points, 11 rebounds. So
he had a monster rebound to secure that win today.
He's kind of reminding me of what Dwight Howard did last year for the Lakers, coming off the bench. So they might – I don't know what they're going to – they could use DeMarcus Cousins or Andre Dorman, but it seems like it's working better out for them to have Jeff Green be the center and have DeAndre Jordan come off the bench. So that was interesting. They did that the last two games versus the Lakers on Thursday and then tonight versus the Clippers, and it worked out for them. So let's see. But, yeah, I think they're for sure going to be in the market for DeMarcus Cousins. But at the Lakers too – the thing is, the Lakers, I think they need a defender, big man. I don't know how much, because of the injuries, how much he has left at the defensive side. So
I don't think he might not have much. He might just be like an enforcer, like the bodyguard, just in case. So he might come in there, sub Marc Gasol and get like 3 quick fouls and like just establish, the paint a little bit, kind of bully ball some dudes. Because the Lakers are kind of soft with Marc Gasol, right? And then they bring in Montrezl Harrell off the bench, and he's a tough player. He's really gritty, but he's small.
He's small to guard guys like Jokic and Joel Embiid and Rudy Gobert. Yeah, he got
Ellie Gilly's in here. He wants to say what's up to you. See,
what up, Ellie Gilly? How you doing, sir? Yeah, I was gone for 5 days because of weather down here in Texas, but I'm back. Yeah, so PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker could go to the Lakers, is what I heard.
And you hit on a good point right here with Andre Drummond, right? That's another team another dude that's been talking about in the trades. Oh, damn. That's pretty good, bro.
Oh, yeah, DeAndre Drummond and so did Blake Griffin.
Right. I mean, he hasn't been playing since what? Since like a couple of days already. Andre Drummond, they've just been resting him. Yeah,
they said they're going to trade him. They don't want him to get hurt, so they sent him home. Same thing with Blake Griffin in Detroit. So Let's see where the hell they trade him.
A lot of people online, man, they want him to go to the Mavericks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities out there. We'll see what happens. The Lakers, the Nets, the Mavericks.
Maybe like everyone wants Lakers and Nets right for this dude, but I kind of feel like he's going to go to a different team. Maybe like there's rumors of Toronto, there's rumors of the Celtics, the Hornets, and obviously Clippers and Nets are all potential suitors for this player. But in today's NBA, you think this guy's going to make a major difference for like a playoff run, or do you think
So I
he's
read an
kind of
article
overvalued?
by a NBA scout. It was like a anonymous NBA scout that he said that he's like he gets like 25, 30 points, but they're like in garbage time. He said because Cleveland plays a lot of shitty ass fourth quarters, he'll like stack up the stat sheet in the fourth quarter that like it doesn't make a lot of impact. And he's like he's never been on a good team, whether in Cleveland or Detroit. So they're saying that he might not be. They're worried that they said that he gets a lot of like garbage time points. So they're saying that he might not be that good. He might be a little bit overrated. So I don't know. But if he goes to the Nets or the Lakers, he's not going to have to score. He just has to be a rim protector and a rebounder. So you know what I mean? Where if he goes to Dallas or Boston, he does have to score, and that could be possibly a problem according to some people around the NBA.
Cowboys X Factor like Victor Oladipo to go to the Mavs before Andre Drummond.
You want Victor Oladipo over Andre Drummond?
Because I mean, it would be a Kristaps Porzingis like 2.0. He's a little more athletic than Porzingis, but I mean, you already have a center, right? And I guess Oladipo would be a better fit on there. Russell Johnson says that he wants to give pendejo face to the ref that he ejected JJ Redick.
Oh, that was so stupid because he threw them the ball and it was a little bit. He kind of hopped it or bounced it, and the referee hit him in the leg, and he got pissed off. That was so stupid, man. Yeah, that was a stupid call by the referee. But they still won, man. At least they still won.
Yeah, dude, they fucking smacked them with that comeback.
Yeah, he underthrew that shit by a little bit. It was an accident, but the referee didn't realize that he underthrew it. By the time he turned around, the ball already hit him in the leg, so he thought he did it on purpose.
Midwest got more breaking news that they're going to hire the Raptors assistant coach as the new head coach for the
So supposedly, supposedly, I guess I never seen this in my life, but they're actually going to hire the coach in the middle of the season. Usually they put an interim guy, and then they're already hiring.
That's pretty interesting.
Chris French to be their new coach. I never seen that shit in my life. Where teams in the middle of the season hires a new coach. Yeah, that's interesting.
I wonder if that's going to be a new trend in basketball. Like if you see.
Are you rushing it? Like that's my problem. Imagine if once again they got to fire this motherfucker in the summer.
I mean, it could be a good thing because he could get a look at him right now, like you're mentioning, right?
And then if he's not good, once again you can fire him in July.
So going back right here to the trades and everything, see, Bradley Beal came out, about the trade. Kind of has been kind of silent about it, but the Wizards are making a stance on it now. They're saying he's not going to get moved. He's going to stay on the Wiz.
Yeah, apparently he wants to on the Washington. I don't know why. I guess he thinks he can turn it around. They are playing better though.
4-game win streak, bro.
Yeah, they're playing better. I said it from the start. They're talented a lot. They should be like the 8th or 7th seed. So maybe they can get in, but they're going to get eliminated whether it's by Philadelphia or Brooklyn. But I mean, I guess it'll be an accomplishment for them to get in the playoffs. But I
think they're just like about 2.5 or 3 games out of the 8th seed, and you can kind of see that Bradley Beal. I mean, his like will to win is kind of going up now. Like him and Westbrook, they've been kind of clicking these past couple games, but it could be like a short run, right? Like the long run, I think he would be much better on a different team. But right now, it's kind of like they're playing well, they're scoring buckets together, and they're winning 4 games in a row now. So this could come back and bite him in the ass if he stays on that team, I think. Right?
It could be possible that the schedule got a little bit soft, and then once it gets hard again, they go back to losing. I don't know. I don't really. They play the Lakers tomorrow, so I think they play the Lakers tomorrow. So that'll be a good test for them.
I mean, the Lakers have been kind of struggling a little bit. They're down 2 starters, right?
Yeah.
And now
quarantine for a week. They're saying.
Dude, Schroeder is so important to that makeup of the ball club because he lets LeBron kind of have this unique position that no one else has in basketball. like just like a small forward, point guard, power forward, like this whole thing if Schroeder's on the court. But when Schroeder's not on the court, bro, LeBron's super limited to being a point guard, and I kind of don't even think he likes being a point guard anymore. I think he's over being a point guard. I think he likes that role, like that unique role that he has on that team.
Yeah.
And obviously, they miss AD a lot, but in my opinion, I think they miss Schroeder even more.
Yeah, LeBron, he's been in the league for what, 18 years, and 17 of the 18 he's played off the ball. He's a fantastic facilitator and a passer and everything, but he doesn't seem to like it. And also, it takes away like having to dribble the ball every time. That can take energy out of you. So yeah, I think he'd rather kind of just be a fucking small forward, and yeah, he rather just maybe just catch and shoot and don't have to put as much energy on his legs.
Exactly, dude. So yeah, so the Wiz, man, they're coming up right now, and then that Roy Hachimura, dude, he's been playing pretty well of late in the defense and all that stuff. Russell Johnson says that Wojciech had 37 points, 11 boards, even Fournier added a season high 29 as the Magic beat the Pistons tonight.
Oh, nice! And they upset it. I guess the Warriors, and everyone was going off on that one over the weekend.
Yeah,
they're playing good basketball lately. Orlando.
That's a team that people are talking about, like maybe trading pieces from that Orlando team away. But I mean, if they're playing well together, like kind of like Washington, why not just keep them around and see what happens this year?
I mean, it's a long ways. I mean, we still have almost a month to go for the trading deadline. It's March 25, so still a long ways to go for the trading deadline. A lot of teams that are hard right now, like Washington, Orlando, could cool off by March 25th.
So another team that's on the rise that we talked about being in the show a little bit, the Brooklyn Nets, bro. They swept the West, right? They went 4-0 on this road trip.
Yep. They swept the LA. Thursday they beat the Lakers, and tonight they beat the Clippers.
Oof, man. How do you see this Brooklyn Nets team going forward, bro?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
I think they're going to go to the finals.
Oh man, such confidence,
dude. They're getting better defensively slowly as well. Now look, the Lakers, obviously, like we just said, they're missing Anthony Davis and Dennis Schroeder. And, tonight, like I said, unless, it seemed like it was fucking 2-on-5 the way the Clippers played. Kawhi and Paul George. And none of the role players showed up tonight for the Clippers. I don't know what the hell happened. But got to give them credit, man. They're playing better slowly. They're probably going to add pieces. They already added two guys, Iman Shumpert and Andre Robinson. So they're trying to figure out ways to add players and get better defensively. Maybe they get Andre Dorman. I just like Milwaukee seems like they're their championship days are probably behind them. I don't know.
Ooh, man. We're gonna get to the Bucks, bro, because they have been disappointing.
How right now I think they're missing Drew Holiday, but come on, last year they didn't have Drew Holiday and they still lost. So I mean, that's to me they're kind of just using that as an excuse.
Jacob Kelso was asking you, see, Harden looked really good tonight. What do you think the Brooklyn is the team to beat right now?
Yeah,
the C Sports show say that all the way to the finals.
I mean Philadelphia, but Joel Embiid's gonna have to be a monster, and Tobias Harris is gonna have to contribute. Ben Simmons,
Tobias Harris, bro, he's gonna be like the dude that's gonna have to play like an all-star in that series if they want to beat them, because he has off nights. If he has an off night, Philly they won't.
Yeah, no. Let me ask you something. Now Ben Simmons did go off on Monday versus Utah, and he had 41, I think. But would you consider if the Rockets call you and they offer Victor Oladipo, John Wall, and Eric Gordon for Ben Simmons, would you do it or no?
All those three players, man. It's such a it's because it's something that Philly's gonna have to address eventually. Because I don't know, bro. I kind of think I would keep Simmons because he still has a lot of potential. But I think the move that they need to make is get rid of Tobias Harris. They got to get rid of that contract, got to get rid of that player, and then maybe add all those shooters, right? Add all those shooters you're talking about, because that's a good trade. But I kind of feel like Simmons. I kind of feel Simmons is it's too early to give up on him yet. Yeah, because when Embiid doesn't play, Simmons takes his game to a whole other level.
Monday versus Utah, Embiid didn't play, and Simmons went out for 41.
Yeah, exactly, and I think you would weaken the team a lot because you're going to have Embiid and a lot of role players. And right now you have two stars and you're paying Tobias Harris like that third star. But it's kind of what the Bucks did with Chris Middleton, right? They gave Middleton that big deal, and it didn't work out for them. Somehow they got to get out of the deal. Somehow they got to work some finesse a deal, finesse a team to get Tobias Harris out of there and surround all those shooters with him.
Yeah, I mean they did better this year getting guys like Seth Curry and Danny Green. But yeah, I think they gotta get a bunch of 3-point shooters to surround around Joel Embiid. You know, they gotta maybe get another one. PJ, I don't like PJ Tucker. A lot of people like PJ Tucker. I'm not a big fan of PJ Tucker anymore. I liked them in the past, not anymore. I think he's a little bit washed up. But yeah, they got to get probably another 1 or 2 3-point shooters.
Yeah. And Russell Johnson is mentioning that Steve Nash was asked if KD would be healthy, and apparently he's improving faster than anyone has expected, but has no return date.
Yeah, it's a hamstring injury, but I don't think it's that serious. They're probably just being cautious with it. I'm pretty sure if it was the playoffs, he would be playing. They're just being cautious with it. Whatever. I did not watch wrestling. I've been watching basketball all day.
All right. Jacob Kelso is asking he's mentioning if Ben Simmons develops a jumper, he would be scary. Yeah, we've been mentioning that shit for a while.
Yeah, we've been saying that shit for like 5 years. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, because Joel Embiid is developed. He just needs I think he just needs 3-point shooters around him. And if they can fucking, like I said, get 3 more, 3-point shooters, they could really do something. Because I think they got defensively, I think they can actually play with the Brooklyn. But offensively, I don't think they can keep up with the current team they have.
No.
That'll be the problem. Milwaukee,
Milwaukee, right?
The same thing every year, man.
And that's what's right there on the screen, what Mr. Russell Johnson is mentioning about the injury with KD, that it's better to be cautious than rush him back and do an Anthony Davis and have him get hurt again.
Yeah.
They're 5 wins now in a row, I think, this Nets ball club.
Yeah, 5 in a row, yeah.
And this is a pretty interesting stat, bro. I mean, they lose a lot of games, right? At one point, the Nets were 14 wins and 12 losses, and a lot of people are jumping off the bandwagon and, talking about all these other teams, but they're 11-1 versus teams that are above 500 this year.
Yeah, they're beating the playoff contender. That's a good sign. I think they lost to Toronto and another team, but for the most, they swept the Clippers tonight. They beat the Clippers back in January, and they beat them again today. So they beat the Clippers twice. They couldn't sweep the Lakers when they played them again. I think they beat Philadelphia as well.
Yep. Midwest makes a good point, see, about their no defense. They take games off with the defense.
Yeah, and like I said, they're slowly trying to address it. Like I said, they got Andre Robinson, Iman Shumpert. They're probably gonna get on the DeAndre Dorman sweepstakes. So they're trying to address it slowly. They're trying to.
And the online people are calling the Nets ISO team because of the stat right here. The top 3 players in all of basketball who score most per ISO possession, they're all in the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised Kevin Durant.
That's pretty dangerous. That's pretty dangerous because one-on-one, and then if you double team these dudes, it's a kick out for an easy jumper. Like we talked, Joe Harris, Green, right? They have a lot of shooters that if you double team one of these dudes, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, I think I told you today, right? I said you got the best scorer in Kevin Durant, you got the hardest player to defend in James Harden, and you got the player with the best handles when it comes to the basketball and dribbling in Kyrie Irving. They're a handful. They are a handful.
Okay, Jacob Kelso's got an interesting trade about trading Tobias Harris for Eric Gordon, Oladipo. Maybe the Sixers could throw in a pick for that. It's not a bad trade at all.
It's what I said, but he's taking John Wall away. All right.
Yeah.
Or a draft pick instead.
That's a good trade, actually.
Maybe. John Wall, I don't know. I saw a game the other day. I think it was against Philadelphia. He did have 28 points. So he's got something left in the tank. I don't know how much he's got left, but he's got something left. But I don't know. If they rather have a draft pick than John Wall, okay. What up, Sonic? How you doing, sir?
And Colby's mentioning about the Nuggets that they got to make moves. They got to do something to light a fire in their ass, dude, because they're super inconsistent ball club.
I watched the game on, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? They play the Celtics, and yeah, they didn't play very good. And then Michael Porter stuck up the joint. I think he missed every shot he took. It was terrible.
Yeah, they're super inconsistent ball club. Jamal Murray, for weeks he didn't look the same. He had one game where he balled out, and he's probably going to go back down again. So talking about teams,
Friday versus Cleveland, 50 points.
Talking about Team C that are trending down right now. Obviously, probably the biggest surprise this year is that Milwaukee Bucks ball club because of the way they've been playing the last 2 years. Right, 60 wins, breaking all kinds of records. No one can stop Giannis in the regular season. Back-to-back MVP. What are your thoughts on the Bucks, bro?
Yeah, so look, the last 2 games I've watched have been terrible. Last week versus Utah, where I think Giannis had 3 points in the first half. Like, what the hell? And then on Thursday versus Toronto, they still can't beat Toronto, not even Kawhi Leonard. It's terrible. I'm reading articles that, what's his name? Mike Budenholzer could be on the hot seat.
Oh, man.
It's not looking good at all, man. A lot of people are trying to hold on to the excuse that Drew Holiday is hurt or whatever's going on with him. But I don't know, because what was the excuse the last 2 years? He wasn't even on the team 2 years or the last 2 years. So I don't know, man. And supposedly they were saying that they're changing their style where they're trying to, same thing as like the Lakers with LeBron, they're trying to get Giannis to play off the ball more and try to get either Devinchenko or Holiday to be the point guard, the playmaker. Right. And also defensively, I think they're trying to do something else defensively. I think they were like man-to-man, now they're trying to do like a zone defense. Supposedly, Mike Budenholzer is trying to reinvent the team on the fly, and that's why they're losing a lot of games because they're trying to learn their new style, supposedly.
DiVincenzo's been a disappointment this year because he was supposed to be a player out of Villanova that was supposed to take a step up this year with more minutes, more possession, more responsibility, and it's not there, right? He's just a role player.
Yeah.
He's not, right.
He was a fantastic off the bench, but now that they're starting him, it's not looking good. They're not the bench.
Jacob Kelso saying that he wants Giannis to be the point guard. I mean, at this point, why not, right? Just have him control the ball. And I mean, if you're losing ball clubs, why not just give this guy a bunch of stats?
Yeah, man. For what I've read, they want to make Giannis, more of a off the ball guy, and they want Holiday and Devinchenko to be the point guards. But they might have to go back to last year and have Giannis dominate the ball because it's not really working out for them. They got killed by Utah last week. They got killed by Toronto this week. I mean, Toronto, to me, they're not even a championship contender. If you can't even beat Toronto, forget about it.
They've been playing better of late, but those are teams you're supposed to win.
You got to beat Toronto. You have to, yeah.
So like we're talking about, right, the disappointing team, the last year, they got their 12th loss when they got their 53rd win. This year, with their 16th win.
Yeah, they've gone down. They digress.
I think a way to get that team better, like we talked about, Chris Middleton, you got to get him out of there. We talked about it last year in the playoffs that it's just when playoffs, it's like a microscope on that team, and you could tell like Chris Middleton's a good player. He's not a shitty player, but the amount of money you're paying him in that slot, he should be the third option on the team, not the second option. I think that's a way to solve that Bucks team because Giannis free agency is not coming up anymore. He's got that max contract. The last thing you want to do is have this guy unhappy, long-term deal, coach getting canned, role players are kind of imploding.
Yeah. And
Chris Middleton out of the team and bringing someone else in.
They made the trade for Holiday because they're like, okay, if Chris Middleton is not the number 2, then let's see if Holiday can be the number 2. I think they're trying to figure this thing out on the fly. But I think Philadelphia got a lot better this year. Obviously Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, bro. Oof.
Yeah. They went from the best team to like the third best team now, I think.
Oh, they did. Literally, bro.
I think they're still better than Boston and like Miami. Miami got off to a slow start. We'll see what happens with Miami. They got a good win last night versus Lakers, but let's see.
Yeah, the injuries to Miami piled up. Now they're playing better. But you hit on a good point. You hit on the Celtics, and oh man, that's the other team that's imploding. Right, they're imploding this year. Marcus Smart got hurt, so that's probably a big deal with that team. But look at that game, bro. 79-55, and you lose this ball game.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, man. This was an embarrassing game. It was like a snooze fest, and then in the fucking fourth quarter, the Pelicans just fucking came back on them. It was crazy. And I said this, like, I don't know if I said this on the air, but I feel like they kind of remind me of the Thunder when they had Kevin Durant and Westbrook. They're not as good, obviously, but it's like 2-on-5 a lot where Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they don't have a third scorer. Like, Kemba Walker, he's just been a disappointment. this year, obviously, Tristan Thompson. I mean, I don't know what the hell they expect him to do.
Smoke them if you got him for getting Tristan Thompson, dude.
Yeah, they got to get at their score. Whether it's John Collins from Atlanta, Andre Dorman from Cleveland, they got to find a way to get at their score because Kemba Walker is not the answer.
What about what do you think about Daniel Tice?
Yeah, no, he's
as a starter, as an NBA starting post player, right? He's probably good off the bench, like a role player, come and give you some energy. But as a starter, man, Zion and Adams in the paint, right?
Yeah, no, I think no, man, no. They got to get a better. They try to get a better big man with Tristan Thompson, but he's not that good either.
Right. Danny Ainge is a great GM. It's kind of sucks what's going on with Kemba Walker because they paid this dude a lot of money because how he played with the Hornets, and he just has not paid dividends for him at all, bro. He went to 1 for 12 today from 3-pointers. Okay, he kept shooting the ball like over. And I was like watching the game. I'm like, bro, just stop shooting it. Like it's not your night. At one point, he missed 8 threes in a row.
Yeah, no, he's been terrible. There was a game we had. I live streamed. Was it? I forget. It was Utah or Clippers, and he had like 3 points. He played like shit. He's been so bad with them, man. It's unbelievable.
Marcus Smart being out, Kemba Walker shooting a lot, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown playing a lot of kind of ISO ball. He talked about like going back. You know what I mean? Like it's your turn now.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing 2-on-5 instead of 5-on-5.
And people online are going crazy with Kemba Walker, bro. Sending them an apology for being pretty much a, not producing what they thought he would.
No, man, he's been. They thought he was supposed to be the star of the team. I think 2 years ago when they signed him, and I don't even know if he's the third best player on the team right now. Jesus Christ.
And talking about star players and the team kind of letting down a little bit. You got some comments in the chat, see?
All right, what up, Triple M? Welcome to the show. When Jamal Murray scored 50, he shot. Yeah, he went crazy. He made 21 out of 25 shots. That was crazy, Wrestle. Maybe they trade Devin. No, I don't think so. Duncan Robinson for Demonchenko, I don't think so.
Well, Miami, I don't think they would do it, right? Because he's also an inconsistent player, but when he goes off, he's on fire. That Robinson guy.
A lot of people in Miami are complaining about not trading Tyler Hero to the Rockets for James Harden because of the way Tyler Hero has played this year. I did hear that, but they're not going to trade him. They're not going to trade him for Demonchenko. No way.
James Harden's like a 92, 93 out of 100. Tyler Hero's probably like 80 to like 87. Yeah. Like he can hit it. He can hit it up to like 87, 88. But he can also play 80, 81. You gotta trade that guy for Harden, bro. No,
yeah, they fucked up that. They should have accepted that trade. I don't know what was exactly the deal, but if it was Tyler Hero and maybe just draft, I don't know exactly what was going on. I doubt it was just Tyler Hero, but if he was like the big piece, I think they would have done it because he's not
especially the way Harden handled that Suns ball club all by himself. Not all by himself, right? But
Harden's killing it, man. He leads the league in assist. He's doing a great job. Scoring too. Tonight he had 37. He's playing fantastic, man.
Kelso says that he can't go back to Wisconsin, that they hit him in Wisconsin. He's a Miami guy now, but that's pretty interesting. Maybe he can tell us more why they hit him in Wisconsin. Sonic Boom, what's up, bro? He says F the Nets and the Clippers. All right, I feel you.
Oh, he's a Lakers fan. Yeah. Yeah, the Nets are looking good. We'll see what happens, but the Clippers, like I said, they could have. The role players were terrible tonight, and they only lost by 2. So if the role players play better, maybe they win.
Yeah, maybe. They didn't even have KD also. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm saying with Harden and I don't know, like Lou Williams, Serge Ibaka, Batum, DeMarcus Morris, Reggie Jackson were terrible tonight. Like they were trash. They got to play better. These are the games you have to step up for. This is a possible championship game, a preview, and you got all your role players looking like fucking zombies out there. Like it was terrible, man. Like if Paul George, they would have gotten killed by probably 20.
Sonic Boom says that. Yeah, go for it, bro.
LeBron James needs to step up. LeBron James. So this is what happened on Thursday. He played really good versus the Brooklyn, but the role players didn't play good. And then I thought last night Kuzma played really good, and so did Montrezl Harrell, but LeBron didn't play as good. If LeBron would have played the way he played on Thursday versus Brooklyn, I think the Lakers won last night. Hopefully they win tomorrow versus Washington. They better win tomorrow versus Washington. But we need Cal.
That's going to be tough, man, because Washington's on the rise. I think the Lakers will start winning ball games once they get Shredder back, or Shooter, whatever. Once they get that dude back in the lineup, they'll be back to full form. Because the last thing you want to do is have LeBron go over, because he's 36 years old.
Yeah.
18 years in the league, right? You don't want to go crazy, and then he goes down with the injury. You kind of just want to cruise control right now. Once Shooter gets back, now you can talk about winning these basketball games, because Shooter expends a lot of energy, bro. That guy's a fucking energy rabbit running up and down the fucking court.
Yeah.
Doing all the work basically, right?
Yeah. That sucks, man, because this isn't obviously he's not even hurt. He just got the coronavirus shit. So it's very frustrating this year because you got a lot of players missing time for not even being hurt. I'm tired of it. Jimmy Butler and Kendrick Nunn combined for that he was the unsung hero last night, Russell Johnson. Kendrick Nunn, he with 27 points. He was the unsung hero last night. Shout out to him. Hero committed to Wisconsin, and then he left him for Kentucky. That's why they don't like him in Wisconsin.
Ooh, okay. I mean, it's like you're in the prom queen. You know, you got this girl, but then you got the prom queen over here. You're like, or like later.
Yeah. Wisconsin actually not that bad of a college basketball school, but obviously Kentucky.
But yeah, remember last year in the finals? Pretty much it was like all Kentucky in the NBA finals.
Yeah. Well, today in the game we had the
Rondo, AD, Bam.
Yeah, AD and Tyler Hero. Tonight in the game we had, it was a bunch of Duke guys: Brendan Ingram, Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, JJ Redick. It was a fucking Duke.
It was. So going back right here to the disappointing basketball team, bro. Dallas Mavericks with you're talking about the role players, talking about bench players, bro. That team is like infested with role players and bench players. Okay, so on this graphic right here, they kind of mapped out like the production, the efficiency of this team. Luka is like MVP kind of caliber numbers, and the whole team is just like in this cluster of like kind of mediocrity, including Porzingis.
Yeah, they disappointed. Even that other kid too. What's his name? Drew Holiday. He was supposed to not Drew Holiday. What's his name? What's his name? The guy that came over from the Knicks. Tim Hardaway. He's also disappointed. Klay Thompson. He's out until 2022. Well, he teared his Achilles back in the. Well,
so we've seen Luka lose a couple of basketball games like this in the last couple of possessions, and just the frustrations like overflowing for him. But I kind of feel like you can't really do that on the court. If you're gonna pout like that, do it like in your own private time, because the team, they don't want to see your leader, pout like that. You know what I mean? Like Jordan probably pouted like this when like someone made a big ass mistake or some shit. But you don't want to show this kind of emotion out there where you just look defeated. You always want to look like you're sort of in control of the situation.
Yeah.
On the court, right?
Yeah, some players complained last year that in the playoffs that he complains too much to the referees. He's begging for too many calls. I don't know. I mean, the kid's only in year 3. He's becoming a star pretty fast, but yeah, he's got to stay humble. He's not. I mean, you're only like in year 3, dude. You got to relax and like I said, keep your emotions in check.
Exactly. All right, so we're pretty much coming pretty close to the end of this little recap. Just want to go over the NBA standings right there in front of you. In the Eastern Conference, obviously, we're talking about Sixers, Nets, and Bucks 1, 2, 3. Wizards trying to get that 8th spot. Miracle. They're probably what? They're like they're 2 games out of the 8th spot. 3 games out of the 8th spot. The Washington Wizards. So I guess that's why they don't want to trade Bradley Beal.
Miami should get there, and maybe Washington.
The Hornets will probably fall off.
Yeah, the Hornets will probably fall off. And can the Knicks hold on? I don't know if the Knicks can hold on.
Miami will get there because once they're getting back all their pieces. They'll get a spot on there, and probably the Knicks and the Hornets, bro. They're probably gonna fall off.
Yeah, the Knicks and everything else should stay. Indiana might go down a few steps though. They're like what are they 4? So they could go a little bit down.
The surprise to me was how quickly the Nets kind of scaled the standings because they were kind of a 500 ball club. They were kind of with the Pacers. They were like 14 and 12, 13 and 11, shit like that. All of a sudden they go on a nice little run, bro. They're just half a game out of first place.
And that might be when they end up because maybe I don't know, because of their lack of defense and maybe Kyrie takes a game off, maybe Durant, they could finish second and let Philadelphia win it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's pretty. I think the first 17. I mean, the first 6 teams are pretty good, and New York and Charlotte are probably the 2 that are going to bounce out, and they'll probably be replaced by Miami and maybe Orlando or Washington. Miami and Washington, most likely, I would say.
Russell Johnson's got a good question for you, bro. He's asking, do you think some players are injury prone due to their playing style? For example, Derrick Rose plays with quick cuts that are injured.
Yeah. I think that's Zion Williamson. That's why they're terrified. He's a big dude, and he plays like the guy was like less than like 200 pounds. Some guys play so like hard, and it's harder on their legs. And yeah, man, they gotta. But I mean, I don't know.
And what about AD? AD is a kind of a really, last year in the NBA Finals, I was like, holy shit, bro. A couple of those moments, I'm like, man, he might be done because he's really skinny and he does cut a lot.
Yep.
He don't have a lot of like muscle on him. And then because we get flashbacks of that KD snapping that Achilles, right? And bro, if that happened to KD, it could easily happen to Anthony Davis. And we already got a little preview of it this year.
Yeah. I mean, some people are just injury prone, man. Like Derrick Rose and Zion Williamson. I think the playing style does have to do with it. They play so hard and it's harder on their joints. But like AD, it might just be bad luck. Same. I don't know who else is injury prone. I mean, there's probably a few guys that are injured. Joel Embiid is injury prone. So I mean, some guys it's just bad luck. But some guys like it does have to do with the style.
Yep. And Midwest is saying that Luka's been pressured to win MVP.
Kind of has.
Okay.
I think it's only year 3 for Luka, and they're treating him like it was year 10. A lot of pressure on that kid. He's been labeled the chosen one apparently. I mean, so I think right now what the NBA is that they're trying to find the next star once LeBron's retired. Zion Williamson, Giannis, Luka. They're just trying to figure out who the hell it is. And yeah, they're putting extra pressure. Maybe some of the guys. That's why they're folding like lawn chairs lately because they're trying to, label them the next big thing. Which I think it should just be Kevin Durant. I mean, he's the next man up. When Kobe retired, LeBron was obviously, same thing. Just let Kevin Durant be the star, and he'll be fine. You don't gotta just because he's not in his 20s doesn't mean he can't still be the star at least for the next 5 years once LeBron's retired.
I mean, you make good points, but I kind of think like NBA likes that star that we haven't seen before. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jordan, like a Jordan to Shaq to LeBron to who?
Yeah, I mean, you can make the argument that even though Kobe retired until 2016, LeBron was became the next star probably in 2007 when he took the Cleveland Cavaliers to the finals. So
because with Kobe, we saw it with Jordan. We've mentioned that, we saw it with Jordan. Kobe kind of took that Jordan style
before
and he ran with it. And LeBron came in there and he kind of just he's like massive star, right?
Now they're
huge star. Let me ask you this, bro. Who do you think is more famous, Kobe or LeBron? That's not even a fair question because they're both pretty famous. That's not even a fair question to ask.
Yeah, they're both pretty damn famous.
I think Kobe is really famous in Los Angeles. At one point in his career, he was kind of hated everywhere else in the league except LA.
Yeah,
because he was a Laker for life, right? And I kind of think LeBron was hated in Miami, but that's the only place he was hated was with the Heat. I think people cheer for him with the Cavs
And the Lakers.
and I mean, sort of. I think right now I mean, 50-50. I think there's people that like him, there's people that still hate him.
I say Kobe might be a little bit not popular, but at least more liked because he was clutch. Where a lot of times LeBron doesn't come doing big moments. So maybe I think if you have to choose, I think more people would go with Kobe just because of that, the clutchness, the late games.
Okay. Yeah.
They're both pretty popular.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, LeBron has lost many championships, but in terms of the spotlight, right? 8 finals in a row or some shit like that. We can go on and on about that debate. But talking about the Western Conference, bro, talking about Dallas Mavericks. So, we talked about Dallas being a team that's been struggling, but they're only 1.5 games out of that 8th spot for the playoffs. Okay. Denver, we didn't mention about Denver. We didn't talk about the disappointing season, but they're in that 7th seed right now. And the Spurs, bro, they keep winning ball games. I think they're like 7-3 in the last 10 games all of a sudden.
Yeah, they've been a surprise, the Spurs.
They've been a super surprise, man. That Greg Popovich system, right? Just role players, DeMar DeRozan, Aldridge still doing their thing at a veteran age.
That's the team that I don't know if they're going to be able to hang on to, the Spurs. That's a team that I'm not sure if they're going to be able to.
Yeah, no, you could be right, bro, because at home, they're a pretty bad ball club at home. On the road is when they get to all their damage. In the length of a season, who knows if they'd be able to hold that up, because they might be a 7-8 ball club. That's who they are. On the road, they might just be that surprise team that the home team kind of thinks like, we got the Spurs coming in to our house, so it's going to be a chill night. And then that's when they do their damage.
And I mean, the two teams, I guess, Dallas and New Orleans would be the two teams that could replace Golden State. I don't know if they're going to be able to hang on as well. Those are the two teams I would say in the West: Golden State and San Antonio. And I would replace.
Really, I don't know. I kind of think the Warriors might. They're going to hold on for dear life. It's going to be tough for them to miss the playoffs because of Steph Curry, right? I mean, he's a really good player. He's really good. Because I'm just talking about all these teams right there. They don't really have a star player like Spurs, Grizzlies with John Morant, but Steph Curry's the best player from all those random teams.
So then you say what? Just San Antonio?
I kind of think the Spurs will fall off. I kind of think Denver and Warriors will hold on, and I think that 8th seed is going to be your Spurs, your Grizz, your Mavericks, your Pelicans are going to fight for that 8th seed.
Where do you have Dallas finishing?
I mean, I'm saying that they could be fighting for the 8th seed. Dallas, Pelicans, Grizz, and Spurs will fight for that 8th seed. Because the NBA is a sport about runs. If Denver kind of figures things out a little bit, they could go on a little 3, 4, 5 game win streak, and then they'll rise in the standings. Same thing with Golden State, bro. They're a team that is super inconsistent, but the last couple of games, their role players have been playing a lot better. Bazemore, Oubre, Wiggins, they're taking a step up. When they get back Wiseman, when they get Looney back, Draymond Green, oh man, he's got to chill a little bit. He's got to be more of a leader. Yeah, that technical foul that he got was really bad. You got to hold down the fort more because those are games you got to win, bro. You can't lose that shit like that, right? But I kind of like what the Warriors are going, bro. I mean, they're a really good home team. On the road is when they struggle. Okay? On the road is when they're not good on the road. If they could somehow, get some road wins, figure it out, I could see them 8th seed. Why not? Maybe even 7th seed.
Yeah, I mean,
but we'll see.
I mean, Pelicans and Mavericks. Everybody else, I think, is not going to the playoffs, and that's down there in the bottom feed. Houston, I think they might even go for try to get the worst record.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
They still got talent on that team, and I mean they're one of the worst teams. I can only imagine if they get rid of Eric Gordon, John Wall, Victor Oladipo, and PJ Tucker. So they might be trying to go for the worst record. They're probably trying to get that kid off what's his name? Cade Cunningham. That's probably they're trying, along with Thunder. They're probably trying to get those guys.
Yeah, but we get to March Madness starting up real quick, bro. real quick for March Madness.
Yeah, less than a month. Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty interesting how that works out, man. So yeah, see, we pretty much hit on all the topics already. Unless we want to talk about something we didn't mention, go for it, bro.
No, I mean, the kid that I'll give a shout out to is a kid from Chicago, Zach Levine. He's playing really good. Like, I think the last 7 games, I think he's got like 40 points, or not 40, 30 points. He's averaging. I don't think they're gonna trade him though. They're probably gonna build with him. But I saw that last night. Zach Levine is averaging 30 points in his final 7 games. So I thought that was really impressive. Like we mentioned earlier, Ryan Sanders got fired by the Timberwolves. And I think that might be about it. Are you doing WrestleMania? Probably not, Sonic. It's too long. I actually did. I got to go watch the replay of the Elimination Chamber tonight.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll probably do same thing as I did for the Royal Rumble. Maybe the Saturday I'll probably do a preview, and then I'll do like a post game show on Sunday.
Yeah, you got to watch WrestleMania. But if you watch the Royal Rumble, those are probably like the only 2 pay-per-views that are really worth watching, just because of the nostalgia and the history.
Yeah,
you got to watch the Rumble and you got to watch WrestleMania.
Yeah. So we'll do the same thing, I think it's in April. We'll do the same thing. On Saturday, we might push back the basketball show that week, and we'll focus that week on WrestleMania. Saturday we'll do a preview, and then Sunday we'll do a post show.
Awesome, dude.
What up, Realist? How you doing, sir? Welcome to Show. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to ask any questions about anything, basketball, whatever, we can stay on. If not, we'll call it a night. I think we're done, right, with the PowerPoint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to stick around and ask some questions about sports, we'll answer them. And if not, we'll call it a night. I think it's about to be an hour, so.
No, we can call it a night, bro, because I know you're gonna do your live stream tomorrow.
I'm not doing anything. I'm done.
No, tomorrow though. Tomorrow you're gonna do your live stream.
No, that's fine. That'll be fine. I mean, if anybody wants to stick around, if not, we'll call it a night.
Okay.
Let me see here. I don't see a lot of. There's only 4 people in here. Nobody's really writing, so we might just have to.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much hit on everything.
Yeah,
it was a really good review. And then tomorrow, we'll be back on.
Yeah,
it was a live stream
tomorrow, and we'll see how the week goes. And guys. All right. So have a good night, everybody, and we're out.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. And we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Have a good night.